Hey, what's up everyone? We're live, and today I'm doing a live stream, a much awaited one on how to create a portfolio in Figma, but leveraging Figma video. And I feel like this is important because when it comes to portfolio presentations, you want to make them as engaging as possible. So I thought during Ramadan, let me at least spend some time to try and finish this project and try and stream it live. And throughout the live stream, I'll be taking questions about anything design related, career related, or anything general. And yeah, I think it'd be good to just show people how to use Figma video. I haven't really seen too many portfolio presentations created like this, but I can imagine it really being a trend in the future for the best way to really stand out when it comes to creating your own portfolio presentation. So feel free to comment in the chat. Um, yeah, your questions, comment where you're tuning in from, and without further ado, we'll dive into Figma, and I'll show you the progress I've made so far. And the idea is by the end of next week, I'll be able to publish this and share this with everyone. So let's dive into Figma. Hey Jashin Ahmed, how's it going? Alright, cool. So here is the Figma file. Let me just put some lo-fi background beats on as well. Hopefully it's not too loud. And we can get started from here. Let me just quickly check the stream health. Alright, cool. So diving into Figma, when it comes to creating a portfolio presentation, I think the main thing is really there's a few things you want to tick off, which is really talking about yourself, your background, the projects that you want to showcase, and then maybe doing selling yourself as a pitch. And let me talk about using Figma video mainly on this as well, and how I've been leveraging this. So let me quickly just load this up. Alright, cool. So if I go into the prototype here and then I press play, and then when you load up your prototype, you get your portfolio presentation. And then as you can see here, I've set up a little animation where it switches to video. And ideally this would be a video of yourself or of me. But right now I'm just using some stock videos. So if I restart that, you got your normal portfolio presentation and then a bit of engagement, bit of interest. I was thinking maybe if you're on like skateboarding, you could have something skateboarding related here. Or if you're into some sort of sports or some travel related video, maybe that'd be like really cool. And then if we dive in, so I've been leveraging the Smart Animate on Figma. So just to talk through a few bits, like an intro, and then you can have that nice little animation there. And then the idea is that I'll touch on a few bits that are kind of important to me. So right now I'll be like, oh, I work at Meta. Again, this is all using Smart Animate and some background blurs. Very simple to do. And here we've got a Pinterest board using Figma video as well. And the idea is people can you can scroll around and show people some of your favorite bits. So this is like a video and travel board. And ideally I'd fill this up with more related content here, but I just wanted to get the grid in place, and maybe you can make the grid bigger so you can scroll more left and right. But let us know if you've ever seen something like this. I think using video and a bit of static photo makes your presentation a bit more exciting. And then other examples of using video on here, just continuing on, is maybe inside the actual laptop frame, and maybe you could have video here as well. So right now I'm making a component where I can change it between being a video one or a image, and it'll switch between them, and that's really simple to do. So the way you do that is in my component I've made here. If you just dive into it, you can just simply, so normally when you create a rectangle you select image here, but with video you just select a video, and the main constraints with video is they've actually improved it a lot. So before it'd be a 30 megabyte limit, but now it's 100, and they support MP4, which was insane that before they didn't, but it's great now that they do. And the idea is you just go in and find any MP4 footage, so you could have this one here, and there you go, it's added to video, and then all you have to do is go into your prototype to play that as well. So where the portfolio presentation is today, I'm working on this light theme, and I've mainly just sectioned out some titles. So this is like the agenda, this is like a title theme, like one of those like breaking in between your presentation, and then this is maybe like showing off a screen, maybe you want to give more of a description, maybe I don't want a device frame here, and then I've got some other like little styles basically for the presentation and here. So I think the last thing I want to do is add some like mobile frames, and then really just assemble the portfolio together. So I think overall I'm pretty happy with this style of the presentation. It's a different theme that I've got, but the main thing here is just to show off video and how it makes your portfolio more engaging. Just, I think having this here, I think this is using a GIF, it's not using video, but this I think like a mood board is a great way to do it. And then I think exploring further options down here. So if I press prototype and play on this one, see if it loads up. And this is like a normal slide, and then we've got some video. We've got some guy walking in a rice field, maybe in Vietnam, I'm not sure. But I think it just gives that extra edge to portfolio. So I think what I want to do now is just add some like mobile frames, and I believe I do have some. If I go to the components, so I think the mobile frame should be similar here. Like ideally I'd create this as a component where you switch between the laptop. But yeah, okay, so I've got a lot of mobile frames here, and if I just grab that, probably the iPhone 14 Pro, that's more common. Maybe I can just replace that, Command Shift R. And what you could do is, because of the ability of video here, is so I guess this is like here, just like I'll subtract this, use this here for the screen. But what you could do is just change that to a video, and then actually have that as a video that plays if you do have screen recording and footage. And it's a nice way to talk through things rather than GIFs, which are lower quality and they're just hard to control. With Figma video, you can choose inside the video when the video actually starts as well, which is really nice. So it could be a 30-second video, and you can scrub through and tell it to start at 10 seconds. And there's other things that you can do, for example, get the video position to reset. There's a few like complications with that, but I think it's pretty easy to do. So I think with this video, with first through, it's literally just fill. And in terms of starting times and stuff, I think it just starts at the beginning. Yeah, I think that's looking cool. And then we've got like a mobile frame here. And then maybe I think, does this have a drop shadow in it? You could add a drop shadow to make it align more with this here. You're probably going to put it on the outer layer. Added a few shadows. So I think the main thing I want to do is probably just assemble the presentation together. In the ideal scenario in this presentation, I suppose I'd dive into each bit, but to like convey the message. So I think the first thing will be, I think this is like the about me. Maybe I'd have the intro here first. So if I put that here, so prototype goes here, and maybe just call that to today. And maybe this could also link to each section as well. So you press Command L to get the frame. If I press Command K and then paste it. And then maybe if they're viewing it async, they'll just click on it and it'll take them to each slide. And these are the case studies I'll be talking through. This is I've got my grid set up here. The position of this should be higher up. It's a bit weird. So I guess now we'll change the agenda and then I'll go here. Maybe I'll remove like the underlines of each one. This is one problem with Figma with the hyperlinks is it's very hard to get rid of the decorations all the time very quickly. We've got that smart animation. I think maybe I could do one more slide on that just to show people how I've done it. Just gonna move things down a bit. What I'm looking to do here is just ease the blur back to this board and then just put that Ford logo. So you go to prototype. Jeez, there's a lot of connections going on down here. So that should ease back in, and then we can get this forward slide here. So just to show you how I've done it. We'll just create a rectangle over underneath. And then put that to white. Change the opacity. So make sure we're aligned with the other one. And then can add effects, and then to add the blur, let's go to background blur, and you can adjust this. That effect. And then I guess we want to have that forward logo. And that should like animate in. And let's quickly see how that looks. So smart animate and gentle. So there you go. I think the background blur is not 100% working here. Let me check why. Smooth out the edges, make it nicer. Question: portfolio on Figma prototype versus personal domain. Which one will be more effective? I think that's a good question. I think personally, if you create it on Figma, you can use it. I think it's important first of all to have a web presence online. I think it's like essential. But then when you present in the interview, you're gonna have to go through a presentation deck, and having this in Figma is really easy to do because you can just paste your designs in from different files. You know, all the smart animate stuff. I think, yeah, the presentations of Figma are amazing. But the reality is, I think you need both. But then the web presence is mainly to help you land that interview. But if you've landed an interview, there's no need to use web. So I personally would recommend to have a presentation in Figma. But ultimately, I'd invest way more time in the presentation in Figma first, though. I think these days, yeah, I think Jashim is just super important to have a web presence to help you land those interviews. I get you can just rely on LinkedIn and stuff as well. But people want to check out your portfolio online. think for the case study it'd be nice to have some sort of like picture or something. Right, let's see what's looking like now. So this is what my grid looks like here. Just scale this up to get more scrolling. Maybe I'll just want to increase it quite a bit. I guess with a scale tool then you have this thing in the right hand column where you can, yeah, oh, I want it double. I just want it 1.25. So I'm just trying to make sure that this is fixed at the bottom. That works, but if I have this here. Yeah, this looks cool. Use a video there. Case study one. So now I'm just gonna try and add a few bits. Just want to see what I've done in my last portfolio presentation. Nope, that's not it. This here. The intros of the case studies. I kept it plain. But then, yeah, it's nice to have just a shot there. You see, for this project, if I've got any marketing assets. I'm just on the marketing website looking at public stuff. styles that you can use throughout your actual Figma site, as well as components, and these stacks are similar to auto layout, and these make it really easy to build a more responsive website by using stacks. It's something I learned a little bit later down the line, and it helps so much. So let's just quickly see what this looks like when you press I think here it might be nice to have some sort of video maybe.
Workplace, or in between. Workplace, soon full of great suggestions in different languages. She makes sure to cover new fashion while covering. Here's one.
On the responsiveness here as well. So it's definitely something that you need to follow some good principles of using stacks on how to make the website responsive, but it's super easy to get started inside Figma. So this is Figma says it's in beta. I highly recommend giving it a go, and it allows you to just focus more on the content, which is way more important. I think for the marketing assets, I'll focus on them later, as it's going to take me a while to figure out where to source them from. And it's probably not the most interesting thing to watch, but I think with video it would be nice. Let me just put a placeholder on there.
So you can assign people to groups, like location.
October 1st is the first day. October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of one customer from April. You're good?
So if I just download this, I can just share my browser just to give transparency. Okay, cool. Let me just share my browser, window capture. I'm just streaming from my laptop right now, so the setup's really not ideal, but I haven't created content for a while, and I just wanted to progress this as well. Okay, let's go. Now let's scale this down even further, and then we can just put this order transform center. Nice. And I just want to do this for educational purposes to show people that there's this video. Workplace product I'm working on. Start that conversion. 1080, brilliant. I think what I would do with this slide is maybe have it smart animate from a nice splash screen of a laptop, and then if someone's watching this on prototype mode, then it'll go to the video. I think another thing I wanted to discuss was an async deck. So the idea here would be, if you've ever used Loom before, it'd just be here. Would have like maybe a drop shadow. Let's make this 20. And then I'd make the stroke black on the outside. And what I would do here is have me walk through each slide, and say for example, before the portfolio presentation, you can give someone the opportunity to have a chance to walk through your deck with you walking through it, and it might be a bit of extra work for you to record each clip at the same time. This is a pretty cool opportunity to like get people to see what you're about and get them to hear things, and maybe when it comes to the presentation they might have watched it, so then they can just focus on asking you questions. So what I'll do here is I've got a video like that. If you want to get rid of that thumbnail, you can just start a bit later. So it's just uploading here. Wait, I realize I'm sharing a Firefox desktop. So we download that, cool. But go back OBS to Figma. Sweet. Yeah, so what I'm doing here, have an async deck to walk through. It doesn't help out the start frame. I don't know how you've changed the start frame like from the thumbnail, because I know from here it will change the start here. But so another way to leverage video is create your own Loom presentation. So you have your base slides here. You're going to walk through your case studies. And maybe you want a Loom style, so let's copy these two here, these three. So we're calling this the async deck. The way it works is you can record yourself over each piece. So we've got a little drop shadow there to elevate it a bit. And then what you can do is just have this throughout your presentation. This is like a Loom style. So if I press prototype and play, then it'll basically be me talking through the deck async. So we're just using some YouTube footage here, maybe to adjust, make sure you're centered. So to do that, we'll just move that more left. I think there's a bit anyway, that's not a big problem. But can you see here that is loaded and it's because I've used the same file on all of them. I believe it's just going to walk through all the slides, so it's up to you if you want to break each slide down. But I think this is a really cool way to use Figma video for the presentations. I'm just going to check the YouTube chat to see if there's any comments. Hello brother Furkan, how are you? How's everybody? First time catch you on a live. Abdullah asking. Yeah, we're doing really well, and I think I just wanted to share with everyone how to use Figma video. I haven't created content for a while, but I think I'm excited to hopefully get back into creating more content again, and maybe share some more resources to the community as well. I think lifestyle wise a lot has changed for me. Obviously working at Meta now, I moved out to a new place, and that's taken a lot of my time. It's Ramadan, like fasting as well, but a lot more responsibilities I suppose, and content. I haven't set up an office to record. That's why I've been putting it off, and then once you lose a habit, that's it, it's gone, and you lose a lot of momentum. So I haven't really put it off, but I know Ramadan is something I've always done, and I want to at least get 1 or 2 streams sorted, and I'm glad to have people actually watching as well. But yeah, I really hope showing people this use of Figma video can really change your portfolio presentation. So to record it, you can just use maybe a tool like OBS, which I use right now. So I can write a guide. Use OBS to record your video of you speaking through the slides of your presentation deck. Give the interviewers opportunity to view your presentation facing. So obviously a portfolio presentation is usually around half an hour. So maybe this could be more of a bite-sized version of that, basically. So if we just quickly, so if it's a half an hour, usually, sometimes they're longer, yeah, it's going to be a lot of footage to record. So that's why maybe have a quick overview of each slide, something nice. But remember, I think this really sets you apart if you do something like this. And maybe with upcoming nerves and mess and stuff, I might have to be doing one soon. So yeah, feel free to comment in the chat any questions you guys have. Need to stand out a bit. Cool. Let's take some more questions that we've got. Engage with my audience. Let's start a Q&A. What do you use? What tool do you use for your portfolio presentation? Okay, let's see this Q&A function. feel free to ask some questions. I'm actually designing a live tool right now in Meta, so I'm interested to see how this one works. It's pretty cool. We're 45 minutes into the stream. We'll take a minute to quick break and take some questions. Be right back. I need to get a plug for my laptop. Charger. Alright, I'm back. So, see if there's any questions or comments, and then we'll get back into the portfolio. Alright. I'm new to design. After seeing this, definitely Figma for portfolio presentation. Yeah. Well, brother, from now still didn't got a portfolio right now. I'm taking Google UX course while building my first case study. So let's start with the first question. I'm new to design. After seeing this, definitely Figma. So if you're new to design, I'll definitely say Figma is the most relevant and the best tool to learn. And what better way to learn Figma than creating a portfolio presentation? Abdullah, well, bro, I still haven't got a portfolio right now. I'm taking a Google UX course, which while building my first case study, and I think that's very good. It's a very popular course, and hopefully that goes well. And I think having an online presence, we touched on this, so it is going to be essential as well. So, but then ultimately you have to have a portfolio presentation, and I feel Figma is my tool of choice when it comes to this. So yeah, that's great. But keep the questions coming, guys, and we'll dive into this more deeper. So here is basically, I'm gonna change this to the slides that I'm putting for my case study, but I just want to show people this loom style async deck, loom style async walkthrough. And let's just do like a person speaking or something. Let's do this guy. And then we'll put that up here. And then we put all the dashes to separate the page. Base slides. And then this is my scratch pad. This is scratch pads, just all the drafts. Okay, let's end this Q. I'm gonna ask a generic question in the Q&A. Start Q&A. What design? This isn't. I think most people always put questions in comments. So hi, how do I stay motivated to learn UX design? I'm self-taught, entirely dependent on online resources. So I think motivation really comes through a few things, and part of that is just having that sheer passion. If you want to be a UX designer, like that passion, like you really want to do it, that will come from within, and that will hopefully get you motivated every day to do stuff like this. But then having real projects and others around you that like this is going to be key as well. So what I mean by this is joining communities where others are into UX design in your local city. I'm not sure what city you're from, but I'm sure there is a local design community, so joining that can really help inspire you and push each other to become better designers. Number 3, I'd say, have a real project to work on. Ideally a paid opportunity, but it's hard the market right now to find stuff like this. But having that paid opportunity is going to be key. Mainly because it's what gets you out of work, it gets you out of bed, it's what's going to help pay some of the bills, and it's something that you love doing. It's a win-win, you get experience. But I'd say try and join a local community, which is an engaged one. Try and attend meetups and have that motivation from within. But hopefully that answers the question. So let's go back to my scratch pad here. So remember earlier I created a video. I downloaded this video from YouTube, this one here. Thing is, I think this would look better like this. I think I have instances of this component where it must be on my scratch pad somewhere. This is a little hover cursor that animates, by the way, so you can like get people. I think I'm gonna forget about this one. Go back to my scratch pad. So this basically wraps a text to the knowledge library, the word Y, right at the end. If I press this, see. And then this, 64. General principle, just things just look a lot more, it's easier just to follow the grid of a everything. And then if we can just put that in the middle. If you hold down shift, I believe, there's all these new ways to customize the way you do layouts. But anyway, so what I want to do here is if I go to components, so I want this one here to be an image, and then this one to be a video. So this is our image. And then what we do is create this as multiple components. img for image, and then video. And then what we do is combine as variants. So as a variant, it means I can swap between the two very easily, just on a drop down menu. So I want to do after delay, I want to change it to the video. So this is in milliseconds, so 1 second is 1000 milliseconds. So I'm going to like, look, after 4 seconds, change it to this video. And then what I can do now is call this hero image to video. And then if I go back to my scratch pad and I go to assets and then go to components, this one here that I just downloaded, sorry, I just made, let's just drag that here, press Command Shift R to replace that. Now what is this gonna do is replace this image to video by itself. And this whole live stream is about how to use video in Figma and trying to keep things more dynamic, more engaging. So let's see if this works. So we'll start from the top just to remind people what we've done so far. So you see that we've got that profile and then it changes to a video. It would be nice to have something skateboarding related maybe. Go out agenda. After today, this is a GIF. Make that more engaging. Then we've got this here. Then we've got our little Pinterest style board. We can scroll around. Oh look at this. I like making YouTube videos, and then I've got tutorials. You know, there's a lot here. And then we've got this here that should animate to a video. And then here is the video. And I have to say, it's looking, as a presentation, this is way more exciting than anything I've seen for Jashim, thanks bro, got best answer to stay motivated. I appreciate that. And yeah, for everyone that's watching the stream right now, feel free to give it a thumbs up. To appreciate, if you learned something new, give it a thumbs up, comment if you've got a question. But yeah, let's get the like count up as well. But that is a really quick way that we've just done. Another example of video. What I do recommend though, is basically to have good footage.
I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough.
We should leverage some AI tools in this stream to create some of our content.
From April onwards in 2020.
And I believe there's a really good AI content copywriting tool.
This is a great opportunity really to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say.
Oh yeah, I guess it's kind of divergent, but if you're not confident with like creating videos, you could always use some like AI tools maybe to do a few things. So I think this one is this next gen. So I think muse.ai, like you can create some like videos from here, but maybe if you want to do like a voiceover, this is quite a popular AI powered text to speech. This one's for if you're in live streams like this, and it automatically segments the videos and creates chapters for you and creates highlights, which is honestly insane that we're living in days like this. I just want to try and find this website I was on today. This one here. So if you are struggling, use some AI tools to aid you, like content, like copywriting, futuretools.io, and give it a nice updated. Create SEO for create.
October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time for 90 days we didn't fly.
Copy.ai.
April onwards in 2020.
Maybe this might be one.
This is a great opportunity really to
be honest, I find I use Notion AI right now to write a lot of my stuff.
Every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time for 90 days we didn't fly one customer from
I forgot with Notion you use single sign-on.
This is a great opportunity really to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely
yeah, comment who's into any AI tools.
October 1st is the first day that every single member
does the employer really care about a degree or they care about the skill? No, not really. I guess it's very traditionalist to want to have a degree still. But it does help, but only to like some degree really.
I can definitely say that
You know,
without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time for 90 days we didn't fly one customer from April onwards in 2020.
raining
This
again.
is a great opportunity really to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time for 90 days we didn't fly one customer from April.
What you can do here is say
This is a great opportunity to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single
I've changed it to space. Okay. Maybe it's because I'm on web. Riot a short.
Onwards in 2020. This is a great opportunity, really, to
So say you're creating an about me, right? A short
I can definitely say
bio.
that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the
About
first day
being
that
a
every single
product
member of Virgin
designer
Atlantic is
that
back with
lives
us after an extended
in
period of
London
furlough. There was a period of time for
and
90 days we didn't
loves
fly one
creating
customer from April onwards in 2020.
content, playing games.
This is
So
great
if
opportunity
you're struggling,
to reconnect with our people after
just use tools like this
I can
for a
definitely
baseline for inspiration.
we would not be
I'm a product design based with a passion for creating engaging when I'm not designing. You can find me out with friends. I also love
Virgin Atlantic is back
my
with
background.
us after an extended period of furlough.
Alright, that's very detailed. That bit's probably like a lie, but it's very easy. Again, in the stream, I want to do a dedicated video, but maybe at some point in the future, how I'm using AI tools to boost my workflow.
I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here.
Hi, do you have design sprints at Meta? How advantageous is having the skill in job hunt?
After an extended period of furlough.
Yeah, I actually ran a design sprint
April onwards in 2020.
2 weeks ago, and we're still technically doing this as well. So to answer your point,
To reconnect with our people.
I think as you get more senior,
I can definitely say that without
the expectation is to facilitate these and to you get ambiguous
is back with us.
briefs basically as you get more senior. For example, it could be like create the future, if we're Spotify, create the future of the listening experience with friends, very broad, you know, and then from there you're expected as you get more senior to create some sprint, bring XFN together, so developers and engineers, product managers, product marketing managers jam on ideas, come together to solve these. Like AI is very prevalent right now, right? And you could have a whole sprint around this. It could be how might we leverage AI improving the listening experience if we're Spotify. And as you get more senior, you're expected to create these sprints to come up with ideas and get people involved. As a designer, it can't be siloed. You have to get other people involved, and you're not going to be always the people with the best ideas as well. But then if you're like more junior in your career, the expectation is you just join and participate in these sprints. And the way I've learned how to do sprints is by being in them. Last year I was in like 3 or 4 sprints, and then this year I ran my first at Meta, and all of my knowledge and findings were based off of the ones I've previously been in. And like there's different formats for sprints. Like there could be a 1-day sprint, 2 days, 5 days, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. It depends what you're trying to really solve here. But hopefully that answers the question. I think it also depends on the type of work that you're doing. Like you could just be solely focused on execution work. What I mean by this, you could just be in Figma creating designs that have already been, the brief's already been given to you. And the designs need to be made. But what I'm focusing on right now internally is having a brief where it's let's create this space, come up with a vision, sell this to like leadership, and then get the research sorted, and then come up with the designs to be executed on, then execute them. So from ambiguous prompt to a full-blown executed design, that's something I'm focusing on right now. And it depends if you like how your like job role is really. But yeah, hopefully that answers the question. So what I would do next is have a how might we statement.
Definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time for 90 days we didn't fly one customer from April onwards in 2020. This is a great opportunity, really, to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October
What?
1st is the first day that every single member
I'm
of
just,
Virtual
yeah,
Atlantic is
I think it's
back
been
with
cool
us
to do like
after an
after
extended
such a long period and have quite a few people
period of
turn up
time. For
and
90
watch this.
days,
It's
we didn't
been
fly
really,
one
really
customer from April
awesome.
onwards in 2020. This is a great opportunity, really, to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough.
I might do this recommended content to create.
One customer from April onwards in 2020. This is a great opportunity, really, to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time for 90 days we didn't fly one customer from April onwards in 2020. This is a great opportunity, really, to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that
Right now I'm
without
just
our
looking
people,
through.
we would not be here.
So when you're
October 1st is
working,
the first day
hopefully you
that every
have
single member of Virgin
briefs and
Atlantic
like
is back
documents
with
for
us
projects
after an
that
extended
state
period of furlough.
the problem statements all for you, the success metrics. So I'm literally just reading through some past projects and like pasting some of this in.
This is a great opportunity, really, to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time for 90 days we didn't fly one customer from April onwards in 2020.
This is what I've got here.
This is
Oh, it's
great
too much
opportunity,
text.
really, to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time for 90 days.
This is a
to
good
fly
problem
one
statement.
customer
So
from April
how
onwards in
do we
2020.
enable
This is a great opportunity, really, to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years.
use
I can
KL?
definitely say that
How about we
without our
enable
people,
companies who use KL to ensure their repository of
October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us
Repository
after an
of
extended period of furlough. There was a
some
period of time
valuable.
for 90 days we didn't fly one customer from April onwards in 2020.
I think that's a cool one actually. So this is a lot of projects I could talk about, but I think when you create your portfolio, right, you might have worked on maybe 5-6 projects, but then you're not going to talk through all 5 or 6. Like, I'm on this one project last year called Knowledge Library, and I was on loads of different mini projects inside there, but I'm just going to pick, to me, the one where I've got the most designs, I've got easy metrics to talk about, and one of the most confident to talk about as well, because I had a few projects that got canned, which happens, scope creep and org changes. So, but this one, I think it's a nice one to talk about as well, because it has elements of dub like desktop designs and some mobile stuff as well.
This is a great opportunity, really, to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us.
So when it comes to problem statements, there's usually 2 problems. There's the people problem, and then there's, at the end of the day, there's the OKRs. so OKRs are objective key results, and these are usually defined at the start. So OKRs basically keep you aligned to make sure the projects that you're working on, they deliver up to the wider org objectives, and it makes sure that the projects you want are relevant to what the organization wants to achieve, as well as what your immediate team wants to achieve as well. And OKRs are essential. So
This is a great opportunity really to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single member of
we'll have a slide about the OKRs we were working on as well. But feel free to put more comments in the chat as well. Oh, I see. Where are you headed career-wise, if you don't mind sharing, and how do you break that thought process down? So, next week there will be... So, November there was a layoff, and I was very fortunate to still keep my job then. And this is one next week, and this is all public information, and by the end of this layoff period, 30% of the employees at Meta will have gone in less than 6 months, which is kind of crazy. We're nearly talking about 1 in 3 people. But then that's from a whole host of roles. We're talking about recruiters, we're talking about marketing roles, we're talking about sales roles. Then it gets serious as well when we're talking about immediate your product team, researchers, content designers. Then we're talking about engineers and product designers, product managers. And next week I feel like there'll be, I have no idea like what will happen, but I'm content with any decision. I know there's a big focus on removing management, but I've always said I wanted to do 2 years at Meta, and I'm at 1 year 6 months, so by the end of the year will be 2 years. And then if I had to change, probably want to do something like work in a smaller company, because I've worked at Ford, very big car company, and I actually really enjoyed working on electric vehicles and cars, and now I work for a big tech company, so I wanted to do, but maybe something smaller, like but then something that's sort of still tech focused, something where there's still an established design team, and design has a strong voice in the company, and there are like strong leaders to still learn from. So the market isn't great right now, but if someone was like, oh, what type of companies would you ever like to work on next? And I know top of mind, I wouldn't mind to go to another big tech company, but I don't think any are recruiting right now. But then the smaller companies would be things like something fintech related in the UK, a bank like Monzo, or maybe something like Wise, something like Intercom, or maybe something like Stripe. But then I think the main thing I want to do is work something a bit more smaller, small knit, close knit, something where there might be like 30 designers and all of them in a company, kind of that small, like maybe in London, like all the design team pretty well. That'd be nice. Yeah, fingers crossed. I appreciate that, and yeah, it's a difficult time for everyone next week. Luckily, I've had like Ramadan to like focus on, and at the end of the day, a job's a job. I was trying to make the clear distinctions and try and do stuff like this, like streams, create content, meet up with friends, family, busy with house stuff these days. Let's see, I think the severance package is a minimum of 4 months pay, which is generous, but the key thing is some people on like sponsored visas, and it makes it more difficult really for them, because if you're on a sponsored visa, there's some from the UK, so it doesn't affect me as much, but if you're on a sponsored visa, it means you only have a limited amount of time to find your next role. If you want to stay in the country, or you might just be like, you know what, I've had enough anyway. But and if you're on a sponsored visa, your wife or partner might be leveraging that as well, which is like double whammy. And if you have kids and stuff, it's very disruptive. That's why like sometimes people don't wait around for these packages. They'd rather move in themselves.
This is a great opportunity really to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time for 90 days we didn't fly one customer from April onwards in 2020.
Have I got my nails done?
Right? Good to see you. Good? Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. This is a great opportunity really to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here.
Keep the questions coming, everyone.
The first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time for 90 days we didn't fly one customer from April onwards in 2020.
Have I got my nails done?
Right? Good to see you. Good? Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. This is
Nearly, wow, I've been nearly streaming for an hour and a half. I think I'll stop at 4 o'clock.
say that without our people, we would not be here.
But everyone that's watching, feel free to,
First day that every single member
maybe I can
is back with us after an
share this later with people, but feel free to give this stream a thumbs up to try and get the like count up.
Have I got my nails done?
Right? Good to see you. Good? Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. This is a great opportunity really to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time for 90 days we didn't fly one customer from April onwards in 2020.
Have I got my nails done?
Right? Good to see you. Good? Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. This is a great opportunity really to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would
I think, yeah, for this time, in my old portfolio presentation, my past team I worked on, because it was a lot smaller of a team, it was operating more independently. There wasn't a big emphasis on things like, oh, what are the OKRs you're working on, what's the success data metrics and stuff. This is something I'll change in this presentation. So I've got my people problems, I've got my OKRs. Then I want to talk through some of the success metrics.
Have I got my nails done?
Right? Good to see you. Good? Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. This is a great opportunity really to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time for 90 days we didn't fly one customer from April onwards in
I think one thing about this is I probably want to add some color, and purple's one of my favorite colors. So color here. Otherwise, the whole black and white, it gets a bit boring, I have to be honest.
October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time for 90 days we didn't fly one customer from April onwards in 2020.
Have I got my nails done?
Right? Good to see you. Good? Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. This is a great opportunity really to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years.
So I can imagine a question in this presentation would be like, oh, how do you define valuable? Well, it's great they asked that question, because we have quality metric. Like basically, it was around like average read time. So if you spend like longer than 2 minutes on knowledge library, that counted as like positive engagement, and that's like considered valuable because they've spent longer than 2 minutes, like not just reading one article but checking the articles out. I have to probably like ask to check if it was 2 minutes, but honestly now just creating this case study, I think I've learned a lot really, like over the last 12 months, like working on meta and stuff. I love just working with data scientists, to be honest. Like metrics, they get me really excited, and I just think it's a cool way to understand how well you're doing. What to do if you don't have the OKRs of a project? So a lot, it's fine, I suppose. It's optional, really. I think having an understanding of this would be important, though, because so if I go through my ones, so we want to improve the customer value index, or retain SBRs, which is significant business relationships. So if you don't have OKRs, then you must have immediate goals that you're trying to solve as well, or you can just talk through your people problem or your business problem. But for me, like, just talking through OKRs or some metrics just shows that you've worked with a strong product team. But then in some companies they don't have that, and that's fine as well. But that's what I want to kind of just signal, is that I know OKRs are important as well as metrics, and as a designer, it's something I think about when it comes to my projects. And when we enable companies to use Figma to ensure their repository is valuable to them. So the business problem, again, like if you don't have OKRs, surely you have a business problem.
Good job, I got my nails done.
Right? Good to see you. Good?
I'm fine, thank you.
This is a great opportunity, really, to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us.
This is the business problem I've got here.
There was a period of time, for 90 days, we didn't fly one customer from April onwards in 2020.
So
I got my nails done.
Right?
we want company decision makers
This is a great opportunity, really, to reconnect with our people
to see chaos and a solution to create a company and drive engagement with work.
Without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time, for 90 days, we didn't fly one customer.
I think this is
onwards
good.
in 2020.
Good job, I got my nails done.
Right? Good to see you. Good?
I'm fine, thank you.
This is a great opportunity, really, to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single member of
Right,
Virgin Atlantic is back
we want company
with us
decision.
after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time, for 90 days, we didn't fly one customer from April onwards in 2020.
Good job, I got my nails done.
Right?
Let's paste it again.
I'm fine, thank you.
This is
Tomorrow should be to follow the same
with our people after
styles.
almost 2 years.
Command Shift
I
V
can
on the Mac.
definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin
I'm at
Atlantic
the
is back with
middle.
us after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time, for 90 days, we didn't fly one customer from April onwards in 2020.
Good job, I got my nails done.
Right? Good to see you. Good?
I'm fine, thank you.
This is a great opportunity, really, to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough. There was was a period of time for 90 days we didn't fly one customer from April onwards in 2020.
Which have I got my names done?
Raj, good to see you. Good.
That's something I'm not sure if I'd 100% include,
Reconnect with our people.
because I think my OKRs kind of touch on why we're doing this as well.
We would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time for 90
Let's do a
days
poll.
July,
Start a poll.
April
What
onwards in 2020.
is your go-to tool for creating a presentation?
Almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back
Add
with
option.
us after an extended period of
Other.
furlough. There was a period of time for 90 days.
Do people use Microsoft like tools
onwards in 2020.
like outside of work?
I got my names done.
Raj, good to see you. Good.
I'm fine, thank you.
This is a great opportunity, really, to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time for 90 days we didn't fly one customer from April onwards in 2020.
Which have I got my names done?
Raj, good to see you. Good.
I'm fine, thank you.
This is a great opportunity, really, to reconnect with our people.
Changing the playlist.
Year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time for 90 days we didn't fly one customer from April onwards in 2020.
Which have I got my names done?
Raj, good to see you. Good.
I'm fine, thank you.
This is a great opportunity, really, to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people,
Just
we would not be here.
go back to my OKRs.
First day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time for 90 days we didn't fly one customer from April onwards in 2020.
Which have I got my names done?
Raj, good to see you. Good.
I'm fine, thank you.
This is a great opportunity, really, to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time for 90 days we didn't fly one customer from April onwards in 2020.
Which have I got my names done?
Raj, good to see you. Good.
I'm fine, thank you.
This is a great opportunity, really, to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time for 90 days we didn't fly one customer from April onwards in 2020.
Which have I got my names done?
Raj, good to see you. Good.
I'm fine, thank you.
This is a great opportunity, really, to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here.
This looks a bit
October 1st is
empty.
the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time for 90 days we didn't fly one customer from April onwards in 2020.
Which have I got my names done?
Raj, good to see you. Good.
I'm fine, thank you.
This is a great opportunity, really, to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can
Objective
definitely
and key
say that
results.
without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time for 90 days we didn't fly one customer from April onwards in 2020.
Which have I got my names done?
Raj, good to see you. Good.
I'm fine, thank you.
This is a great opportunity, really, to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of
I think Figma is superior because you can embed the prototype within the presentation. Besides that, pitch, well, I've heard some decent things about pitch, and Keynote are good alternatives. Keynote I never really ever got into, to be honest.
Almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not.
This slide needs some more work on.
Is the first day that every single
Next slide, I'll talk through some
after an extended period of furlough.
success metrics.
For 90 days, we didn't fly one customer from April.
So I'll go back to my base slides actually.
Got my nails done.
What one would look the nicest?
This is a great opportunity really to reconnect with our people after.
Because I'm talking about information here.
I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here.
Oh, maybe this might work.
First day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time for 90 days we didn't fly one customer from April onwards in 2020.
Just have I got my nails done.
Yeah, something like this, basically.
This is a great opportunity really to reconnect.
As you can see, my workflow's a bit messy, but then I like to have clean pages with stuff that I'm happy with, and then I call everything else a scratch pad.
After an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time for 90 days we didn't fly one customer from April onwards in 2020.
Just have I got my nails done.
Right? Good to see you. Good? I'm fine, thank you. This is a great opportunity really to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time for 90 days we didn't fly one customer from April onwards in 2020.
Just have I got my nails done.
Right? Good to see you. Good? I'm fine, thank you. This is a great opportunity really to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time for 90 days we didn't fly one customer from April onwards in 2020.
Just have I got my nails done.
Right? Good to see you. Good? I'm fine, thank you. This is
Some metrics.
opportunity really to reconnect with our people.
So when it comes to metrics, you have success metrics, which are pretty self-explanatory. So success metrics are defining, okay, this project has met its goals well, and for this project it could be things like, if you remember, I wanted to lower the barriers to create valuable knowledge, retain existing customers who actively use knowledge library. So these are some of the goals, and the problem we're trying to solve is they're creating valuable, people are creating valuable knowledge. So metrics around this could be the content that's been created on knowledge library. So people are spending a good amount of time on there, so they're spending like the value, what's considered valuable is someone spends at least a minimum of 2 minutes on knowledge library. So if there's a correlation between, oh wait, because of this project, the solution, people that have created content, the people that are consuming it are now actually spending longer time reading it because they've now created more valuable content. So that's what we call like a meaningful engagement. Another success metric could be, because we want to get more SBRs, so significant business relationships, to use this. So if we've now inspired or got more unique amount of companies, so there's say 1,000 customers, only 100 of them are using this, hypothetically. Now we've got potentially 50 more companies interested and they've checked out knowledge library because of a solution. So I think with success metrics, they're done like as a project goes on as well, which I think is key. So that you don't want the success metric to fully define what your design solution is going to be. That's what the OKRs, I suppose, we're focused on at the start, help inform. But I think the solution should be like more around guardrails to caveat that.
This is a great opportunity really to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time for 90 days we didn't fly one customer from April onwards in 2020.
Have I got my nails done?
Raj, good to see you. Good? Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. This is a great opportunity really to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time for 90 days we didn't fly one customer from April onwards in 2020.
Have I got my nails done?
Raj, good to see you. Good? Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. This is a great opportunity really to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time for 90 days we didn't fly one customer from April onwards in 2020.
Have I got my nails done?
Raj, good to see you. Good? Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. This is a great opportunity really to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time for 90 days we didn't fly one customer from April onwards in 2020.
Have I got my nails done?
Raj,
So with OKRs here, to jazz that up, and then we got success metrics,
after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say
which I don't
without our people,
think there should be at this bit. I think we should talk about the solution, then talk about the success metrics
Virgin Atlantic
and the
is back with
guardrails.
us after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time for 90 days we didn't fly one
So what I need to do is find some of the designs for the solution as well.
Raj, good to see you. Good? Yeah, I'm
This solution is public and live, which is great,
reconnect with our
so we
people
can show everyone.
after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here.
And I'd also,
October 1st is the first day that every single
so
member of Virgin Atlantic
maybe
is
I'd have a
back
better
with
image
us
here, how
after
might we
an
statement.
extended furlough. There was a
So
period of
maybe
time
I'd
for
explain
90
maybe
days we
what
didn't fly one customer
knowledge
from
library is
April onwards in 2020.
as well.
Have I got my nails done?
Raj, good to see you. Good? Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. This is a great opportunity really to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is
And
the first
something
day
like
that
this,
every
I
single
think a
member
slide
of
like
Virgin
this.
Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time for 90 days we didn't fly one customer from April onwards in 2020.
Have I got my nails done?
Raj, good to see you. Good? Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. This is a great opportunity really to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our
Let's
people,
take some questions.
October 1st
Anyone
is
that's
the first
watching,
day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of
it's the last 15 minutes and then we'll
time for 90 days we didn't fly
call it a day.
April onwards in 2020.
Have I got my nails done?
Raj, good to see you. Good? Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. This is a great opportunity really to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that
Streaming for 2 hours straight. The time goes quick. So
Have I got my names done?
what is knowledge library?
Great opportunity really to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough.
Maybe I'd have a little video here to explain something, because I think portfolio they get boring quick. But so we've got some engagement here, something dynamic, something fun, something fun, something fun, text, 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 text. Then I think dive into my role. Oh yeah, that's a really important slide. So it'll be like my role as well.
For 90 days, we didn't fly one customer from April onwards in 2020.
Have I got my names done?
You're good? I'm fine, thank you. This is a great opportunity really to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time for 90 days we didn't fly one customer from April onwards in 2020.
Have I got my names done?
You're good? I'm fine, thank you. This is a great opportunity really to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time for 90 days.
I think
one customer from April.
so. It's my role what I did as well. That's what I'm missing.
You're good? I'm fine, thank you. This is a great opportunity really to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely.
Then I want to talk about some of the constraints as well. I think the key one for what I remember was there was no like product marketing manager, and they're basically responsible for, especially on like SaaS products, on how to basically roll out a project, market this to the right customers, manage expectations, manage release plans, gather the customers for any beta testing. So there's quite a lot to the role. But then I think what's key is we didn't have one. And what that meant is without a product marketing manager is, say for example, you want to do like A/B testing. So A/B testing, test one solution with a certain set of customers, test another solution with another set. Without a PMM, you can't organize stuff like that. And it means that we had to go straight to GA, so general availability, so release to everyone at once, which means you're taking a bigger risk, right? Like a lot bigger of a risk. If you can't do A/B test, you can't run an experiment with like alpha customers, like run an alpha basically. They call this. And if you can't run an alpha, you can't run a beta because you have no PMM support, no one to fetch for customers, no one to advertise this to them. It means the solution I had to drive was a lot more risk averse, like heavily risk averse. Because if I'm going straight to release to all the customers, we want to make sure that it's very easy for them to use, it's very intuitive, it doesn't break too many of the existing flows or mental models, and it's just a constraint you have to deal with when you're designing. As a designer, you want to maybe push the boundaries a bit, you know, like show the team like where things can go. But this, I had to rein it in, and yeah, it's just a natural part of working in a product team. And I'll be honest, it's very rare I've ever worked with a fully staffed XFN team. Like maybe for a few weeks it lasts, so like a month or two, and then someone moves team, someone changes company, someone might go on maternity leave, or you don't know.
I'm fine, thank you.
This is a great opportunity, really, to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here.
So the last 10 minutes,
October 1st is the first
for whoever's watching, get the last questions and comments into the chat and we'll answer them, and hopefully people have learned
one customer from April onwards in 2020.
Good job, I got my
something
name,
new.
Good to see you. Good? I'm fine, thank you.
This is
I just realised this is like live product design portfolio roots plus Q&A stream. It's a wrong title.
I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here.
The stream.
October
It's fine.
1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time for 90 days we didn't fly one customer from April onwards in 2020.
Good job, I got my nails done.
Right? Good to see you. Good?
I'm fine, thank you.
This is a great opportunity, really, to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time for 90 days we didn't fly one customer from April onwards in 2020.
Good job, I got my nails done.
Right? Good to see you. Good?
I'm fine, thank you.
This is a great opportunity, really, to reconnect with our
Strengths.
people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time for 90 days we didn't fly one customer from April onwards in 2020.
Good job, I got my nails done.
Right? Good to see you. Good?
I'm fine, thank you.
This is a
Any
great opportunity, really, to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time for 90 days we didn't fly one
Guidance.
customer from April onwards in 2020.
Good job, I got my nails done.
Right? Good to see you. Good?
I'm fine, thank you.
This is a great opportunity, really, to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough.
Guidance
Period of time for
changes.
90 days we didn't fly one customer from
think the
April
last one.
onwards in 2020.
Good job, I got my nails done.
Right? Good to see you. Good?
I'm fine, thank you.
This is a great opportunity, really, to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time for 90 days we didn't fly one customer from April onwards in 2020.
Good job, I got my nails done.
Right? Good to see you. Good?
I'm fine, thank you.
This is a great opportunity, really, to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every single member of Virgin Atlantic is back with us after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time for 90 days we didn't fly one customer from April onwards in 2020.
Good job, I got my nails done.
Right? Good to see you. Good?
I'm fine, thank you.
This is a great opportunity, really, to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that
Cool. I think I'm just wrapping up.
after an extended period of furlough. There was a period of time for 90 days we didn't fly one customer from April onwards in 2020.
Good job, I got my nails done.
Right? Good to see you. Good?
I'm fine, thank you.
This is a great opportunity, really, to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st is the first day that every
After this, I'll talk about constraints. Then I'll just walk through a few designs.
There was a period of time for
And
days we didn't fly one customer from April onwards.
to be honest, I think it'll be
Good job, I got my nails done.
Right?
easier to.
This is a great opportunity.
Yeah, I'll paste a few designs in.
After a year and a half, almost 2 years.
Talk through a few like scrappy
October 1st is the first day that
past solutions we didn't drive on.
is back with us after an extended period of furlough. It was a period of time for 90 days we didn't fly one customer from April onwards in 2020.
Brad, you good? Yeah, I'm fine, thank you.
This is a great opportunity really to reconnect with our people after a year and a half, almost 2 years. I can definitely say that without our people, we would not be here. October 1st.
Can I preview present the first few about screens? Okay, let's do that, and then I'll do another stream where I'll paste the designs in. Just for pasting the designs in, it will take me a while to find the right ones, and I don't want to show any of the wrong stuff on the stream as well. But yeah. So if I start, so I guess the intro would be like, oh hi, my name's Khan, I work as a product designer, and this is all through my portfolio presentation. So I'll be like, oh, here's a few things I want to touch on in the presentation about me, background, a few of the case studies, and then some next steps. So I just want to talk about my path to today, and then here I'll be like, so today currently working as a designer at Meta, been there 18 months, and then I can talk a bit more about that. Then I can be like, oh, previously I used to work at Ford, where I worked there 6 years designing mobility solutions and apps, and yeah, had a really good time based in London for both of those roles. And then from here I could talk about, oh, I really like creating content and I love traveling. Currently have a YouTube channel, I write a newsletter, and fingers crossed, yeah, nearly reaching 2,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel. Then I'll maybe have some like pictures about, oh, I like to go running, maybe like most recently I went to like Israel, so you want to keep it a bit more personal, more human, you know. I think with the about stuff, people start to resonate with a few things that you've done. So ideally I'll jump into the YouTube bit here and the Figma and have maybe a few more photos. Then I'll be like, so the first project I want to talk through is one at Meta's knowledge library. And we've got the video here as well. So, and then from here, I'll be like, what is knowledge library? Which hasn't fully attached up, which we'll do. So get rid of undrag. We'll turn that to on click. Change it to on click again. And that one. Change it to on click. So if we go back, press Z to zoom out. So you can see, got some nice animations. Got some video here. And you'll be like, okay, what is knowledge library? I'll talk through that. Maybe a bit of a video here, something subtle. My role, what I did was lead design. I was the only designer. XFN team, what I worked with. And the problem we set out was enabling companies to ensure the knowledge that they're creating is actually valuable. And then from there, I could talk through like the OKRs, because and some of like the UXR findings and stuff as well. But yeah, I think that's it really. Very cool for dynamism gifts. Question, what next steps going to be about? To be honest, I don't think I need the next steps. I'll be like outro maybe. I think people sometimes do the little sales pitch at the end, and I can just dive into like feedback I've got. Cool. So I said I'll wrap up at 4, and this is it. So thanks for everyone that's really tuned in today. I really appreciate it, and I feel like it's actually been quite fun. And I've made actually quite a bit of progress from my first case study. I've been a bit rusty. I haven't really gone out and done this for, like I said, maybe longer than 18 months. Maybe nearly 20, 21, 22 months. But I really appreciate everyone's comments and supports. And I'm hoping maybe to do one more live stream before Ramadan ends, which is less than 6 days away. Maybe diving into people's portfolios. I know this one said there's a portfolio, there's meant to be the Figma portfolio, how to create dynamic, engaging presentations. Hopefully you learned something new. And I know with video, you have to be on the educational paid plan. But trust me that if we can get around this, or maybe we should tweet Figma and be like, look, this feature I think adds too much value for it not to be on the free plan, and I feel like it's limiting people. But I think it's very expensive for them to run this because of the storage, like cloud costs to store video is heavy, you know. But anyway, I guess comment down below if you enjoyed the stream and what you want to see next on the stream. I think the last one's going to be portfolio presentation for this month, and then maybe there'll be more content getting created soon. But yeah, I think it's been really great, and I'll catch you all soon. Peace out, everyone.